3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Welcome to Sorare in the States Football. Here are your hosts, the Taco Slayer Jorge and MLS card guy Chris.
Here we are again. So rare in the States. Football. Leagues Cup is in full swings. There have been 35 games with 10 left in the group stages. And So Rare dropped a bomb. Hello, everyone's mad again? Dude, so much to get into. But first, as always, the legendary MLS card guy. Chris, how are you?
I'm a little tired. I was dancing off camera to the intro music, and now I'm a little out of breath. So I'm going to need you to talk for a while I go get some water.
Well, now that I'm out of breath from doing that intro, I don't know how this is going to go. But, dude, it's fine.
We just
Did
have
you
an
pump
awkward
yourself
pause
up?
for about 30 seconds.
All right. Anyway,
Cool.
look, I get you're tired. How tired are you of this Leagues Cup? Are you tired of Leagues Cup at all?
No, because I haven't watched any of it yet. I do plan on watching knockouts because we should maybe have a little bit of time this week. But yeah, I have not gotten to watch it. The one thing I am tired of is goalkeepers not starting, and that is ridiculous because what are you going to do for the next month? You know, like this isn't like Open Cup where you're playing on a Wednesday and then you got to play again on Saturday. Start your freaking team. It's not that hard, you know?
Yeah, there was that fear early on where we didn't know if teams were going to take this seriously, where even the fan base itself didn't know if they wanted to take this competition seriously, and there was a lot of rotation risk, and there were some teams that just went for it and went full strength, and there were some teams that rotated. I'm looking at you, St. Louis first team knocked out of the Leagues Cup. LOL.
We all knew they were going to be bad this year, you know?
Yeah. Hey,
We knew that.
Hey,
expansion teams are never
they're doing good in the West. All right. I guess you could say they didn't really take this competition seriously, but now they're sitting out at home for 3 weeks, not doing anything. Is this Chris, the MLS card guy? Is this going to come back and bite them in the butt? Are they going to lose their dominance in the West with all this rest?
Well, I was never a big fan of them anyway. So, yes, I'm going to say yes. And then if they go down, I'm going to look like a genius. And if they don't, well, I was wrong about them anyway. So I'll just continue to be wrong about them. If you just keep predicting things will go down, eventually you're probably going to be right at some point. And then you look smart. That's basically what I do.
You just double down and hold the bag until you're eventually right.
100%.
Right? That's exactly how this works.
That's what you do. Yeah.
But there are 4 MLS teams out, and there are 2 Liga MX teams out. They don't play for 3 weeks. Yeah. Seriously, is this gonna be an issue?
It's kind of sad.
Is there?
I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, do they schedule each other in friendlies just to like keep up match fitness? You know, like that's kind of what I would think. But there's no one else to really play. Like Europe is all the European teams are leaving, so it's not like you can just schedule like Arsenal's B team or anything like that. So yeah, I mean, you're kind of just back to almost preseason levels of fitness when you come back. So I think that's going to be a really weird break, and I think the teams that have been knocked out already are actually kind of at a pretty big disadvantage.
LOL.
And a lot of them are like in playoff spots or fighting for playoff spots. So, I mean, there's plenty of time before the playoffs to get back into match fitness, but I think it does probably create a little bit of a problem.
Here's my thing. There's going to be the teams that, and like, look, take St. Louis, right? Yeah, they got knocked out. They're doing okay in the West, but they're like super injured, and they haven't. They need this chance. They need this time right now to be like, hey, we need to get back into form. We need to get all our guys back, take a reset, and then because they're actually fighting for something, right? But look at like someone like Atlanta United. They're done. And what are they going to do? And maybe it's good for Atlanta. Atlanta, their defense has just been in shambles. Maybe this rest, maybe they'll actually have time to train and reset, and maybe the reset will be good for them. And crashing out of Leagues Cup will give them that boost to finish out the season strong. I don't know. Maybe.
But I mean, they're fighting for a playoff spot. So like if they take a short-term dip for them could be catastrophic. Same with Montreal. Like they're right on the playoff line. Short-term dip and you give away 6 points you shouldn't give away, all of a sudden you're in a little bit of trouble as far as just making the playoffs. So like someone like St. Louis, I feel like they're fine because they're 12 points or so ahead of the playoff line. So you give away 6 points, you're still fine. But yeah, some of these other teams like Atlanta, Montreal, that gets a little dicey. So I don't know. We'll see.
Well, you should have taken Leagues Cup seriously, like someone that took Leagues Cup seriously. And I hate that I have to go here, but Inter Miami.
It's the only thing they can win.
I don't know. Can they win MLS now? Have you? I know you haven't watched Leagues Cup, but there's no way. Have you seen these Messi highlights? Have you seen what he's done? Did you see what he did to Atlanta?
It's not just Messi too. It's Busquets. Like that first goal, the assist from Busquets was absurd. I guess not the first goal. The first goal of that game, his second goal. That was 100% Sergio Busquets being absolutely amazing. And I hope that they can continue to play that way throughout the rest of the MLS season, which granted is not that long, but old guy legs in Miami does not seem like it's going to work, but we'll see. If they keep it up, that'd be awesome. But if they make a deep run in Leagues Cup and then go right back into MLS play, I'm like, I don't know if that's going to work.
The thing is, like, how much of this is all the excitement and just the hype around Messi being in the league, and all of a sudden you're playing against Messi. Like, Messi's going to everybody look great around him. But, the stadium is packed. The hype is real right now. How much of that is going to translate to the rest of the league? Like you said, Busquets, but all of us, like, if you watch that Atlanta game, they did not press. They just let Busquets have the ball, like, in the midfield. Like, why would you,
That's
of
not gonna
all
happen.
people, like, there's no other team is that dumb. I'm sorry.
Right.
No other team is that dumb.
But I think to your point, like the hype of Messi is going to continue for the rest of this season. Like he's not going to play in a crowd that's not sold out the rest of the season, I don't think. Because Miami's got a small enough stadium, they can sell that out every game, and everywhere they go on the road, everybody's going to want to see them. So there is going to be hype the entire rest of the season. Now, being in a season, even when things are sold out every single week, that starts to like lose a little bit of its luster as you go. But speaking of a deep Miami run into the Leagues Cup, that would mean that they'd have to win their round of 32 game, which is against a certain purple team with lions on their crest.
I gotta say,
are you scared?
This was totally rigged.
Are you scared? Do you have brown Garber pants right on?
Okay. All right. Here's my no. Okay. No. Yes. Here's the thing. Right? Do you want my real answer or do you want my fandom answer? Because my fandom answer is
your fan answer is you're fine. But your real answer is holy shit, we're playing Messi.
The real answer is I watched how Cartagena struggled to lock down Thiago Almada when we played Atlanta like 2 weeks ago. I could only imagine that Cesar and Cartagena are going to be chasing Messi around. They're going to foul him. The way MLS is going to baby Messi, they are going to give him the softest of fouls. So two things are going to happen. We're going to just foul him in positions where we're just going to get bitten in the butt, and we're just going to lose the really bad goals. Or we're going to completely lose our heads, get decimated in the midfield, and pull a couple reds. Or we're just going to win it in dramatic fashion. Like it's one of the things. It's either going to go to penalties,
going to win it after the opposing goalkeeper gets sent off. Oh wait, that was your goalkeeper. Just kidding.
It's going to be some crazy dramatic like stoppage time equalizer to penalties, or we're just going to completely get decimated and lose our heads.
Where is that game?
It is in Miami, unfortunately. Away tickets are $150 for away supporters, and they're only giving like a very small amount. So I will probably not be there, unfortunately. But it's going to be a crazy game, even though Miami does come to Orlando in September. We got the matchup a lot earlier than we thought, and it's going to be scenes. MLS is going to milk it. It's going to be this huge thing. I wish I could be there, but sorry, Messi, but your time in the Leagues Cup is over because you are going to get Rodrigo Schlegeled. Just saying.
Yeah, that's a good statement. What happens if Miami makes a deep run in Leagues Cup and they win the U.S. Open Cup and they have 2 trophies, but they don't make the playoffs?
The sad part. I've played out these scenarios in my heads a lot. Obviously being the next door neighbor, there is a total realm of possibility where Messi like just takes him on some complete absolute like nonsense run. It's a knockout competition. It's not a season long thing. It doesn't take a lot. We saw it in that first game against Cruz Azul where Messi stepped on the field and stoppage time was like, LOL, watch this. He's just the type of guy that can do it, and there's no denying the quality of player that Messi is. So yeah, there's a world where Miami can go on this insane run. They're in the the semis for the Open Cup.
Yeah,
they could obviously they're not going to get past Orlando, but even if they do, what are they gonna not beat
Dallas
Charlotte
next, or they have Dallas or Mazatlan. I'm sure I'm not saying that right.
Yeah, it's Mazatlan. Yeah, Mazatlan or Dallas after that, and then on the other side
they have Charlotte, Cruz Azul, Pachuca, and Houston,
which would most likely be Pachuca out of all those four. So, yeah, it's Miami does kind of have a straight shot.
United in the semis.
Oh,
ooh! Be scared of my Russell Knaus. He will shut down your Messi.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's spicy. Leagues Cup got spicy. It's always weird how in these competitions we feel like we always get El Tráfico. I feel like for at least the next 3 years, we're just somehow for some way we're always gonna end up finding Miami in some crazy knockout competition that the MLS just drools over. Yay! So exciting.
So one of the questions that Leagues Cup was supposed to help us answer is who's better, MLS or Liga MX?
Well, you see here in competition where it's MLS versus Liga MX, it's MLS 9 games, Liga MX 9 games. 4 of them have been drawn. In those draws, it's 2-2 to MLS and Liga MX. As of this recording right now, it is literally split down the middle between Liga MX and MLS. So we do not know.
So that was 100% gonna be my point, my spreadsheet that I had built. I wanted to see I wanted to see who was better. So I just literally added up every single team.
No way, did you?
Liga MX has 9 wins, 9 losses, and 6 ties. MLS has 17 wins, 17 losses, and 12 ties. So they're both legitimately perfectly 50-50, 500.
That's so funny.
As of right now on Sunday after, it's a little afternoon, but.
So you showed up with a little spreadsheet, which you thought you were going to get me, which you did not. Because it's the same math that I did. See, but wavelengths. That's why we're on this show.
Sort of the same math, yeah.
But you went all sorts of crazy. So there's a lot of numbers and a lot of data on this here spreadsheet you got in front of me. So what you got to show me? What you got any interesting facts here?
That was it. Just
that was it.
Just this little thing up here.
Dude.
Yeah, that was literally all
I ruined it. I ruined it.
If you give me some time, I might be able to calculate the goal differential for each of them and see who's got more goals.
Well, now that I totally ruined that one, is there? I love how
MLS is +6 in goal differential.
Oh, see, there you go. MLS rules all the way.
MLS is better by a lot. It's not even close.
And part of that is Brandon Vasquez's hat trick.
I love me some Brandon Vasquez.
Within
somebody made me a trade offer. I got a Brandon Vasquez rare for, I think it was Thor Ulfarsson's super rare.
Really?
Hell yeah. I'll take that all day. I do love me some Thor. I think he's underrated, but Brandon Vasquez is not underrated. He's rated. He's rated.
He is rated, my boy. Even though he's about to lose his starting spot in the United States men's national team to one Duncan McGuire.
Okay, no, that's not true.
Oh yeah, America runs on Duncan, baby.
You've never heard of Florian Balogun, have you?
You've never heard of Dunkin' Donuts, have you?
I have heard of Dunkin' Donuts. They have really good coffee. Everyone in Europe's like, "What the heck is Dunkin' Donuts?"
It's okay. It's all right.
They have them in Europe. They might.
Most likely they have to.
Yeah.
Somebody, if you guys are watching this, leave a comment down below. Let us know. Do you have Dunkin' Donuts? Oh, let us know. Is there any like European flavored donuts? Like any like European like spin on some donuts? Maybe a little
like
topping,
Boston cream.
Yeah,
that's a good one. What's your go-to donut?
Me, French cruller, all day.
French what?
French cruller. You know, the little like twisty one. It's like soft. It's like a little like wet and moist. If you've never had a French cruller,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What are you basic to get like jelly donut?
I don't really get donuts that much, but I definitely go like OG glazed.
Yeah, donuts
I don't
are.
know.
When you have kids, they love their donuts.
Yeah, true.
Love their donuts on Saturday mornings. I'll
Did
tell
they
you
get
what.
like the double chocolate ones?
No, dude, strawberry with sprinkles all day.
The Homer Simpson.
Yes, the Homer Simpson, which
Yeah.
was totally an underrated donut because now that I have eaten a lot of leftover Homer Simpson donuts in my day, like now they're so good. I have a little taste for them now. It's a very delicious part of my day when I get to finish off the last couple bites of the donut. So
I really look
it,
forward to that. Yeah. No,
yeah,
I agree. I'm 100%
I,
in.
there it is. But talking about Leagues Cup and where we're at Leagues Cup, I'm going to use this opportunity. I'm going to use this platform to voice my opinion once again that what are we doing not having Liga MX on the platform Sorare? Because I want to
Good call.
I want a quick shout out to Thiago Volpi, the greatest goalkeeper of all time in Liga MX, who takes penalties and takes penalties often for his team and scores a lot of goals like he did the other night. And 100%, the reason why I am convinced the reason why Liga MX is not onboarded by Sorare is because this goalkeeper is so broken.
Does he get a lot of shutouts too?
What?
Does he get a lot of shutouts too?
Yes, he gets penalty saves. He gets penalty saves and goals all in the same game. Volpe,
So he doesn't understand that you're not allowed to have decisives for everything. You can't just like scoop up all your team's decisives. You got to like spread them out a little bit because
but
otherwise
he
the
does.
stack doesn't work, right?
But he does.
Like that stack's going to be terrible because he's taking up all the decisives.
No, it doesn't matter. He's not taking them all. That's the problem.
Wait, he had a goal and he didn't get a decisive? What is that?
When? Oh, that's
That
weird.
last game.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Didn't even
I didn't
count.
notice that. Ooh,
So now we have to do an investigation. Is this a Sorare data error or is this Sorare saying no, goalkeeper goals don't count?
Ooh, I don't know.
It's very possible goalkeeper goals just don't count.
Do you think? But would they have to like? Is that in the rules? I don't know.
Goalkeeper assist count. I know that because Allison had one at one point.
Well, they count in these other games. All these other decisives down here count.
Yeah, that's weird. That's real
So they
weird.
do count. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, there you go.
I'd
Oh,
like
you
to
know
launch
what?
an inquiry.
It could be an issue because it's a Leagues Cup. Because it's a new competition.
Maybe.
They just might not have had the right information, the right access to the right information. But yo, Sober, if you're watching this, or Sober Data, if you're watching this, what's up? There's some good catch there, out Chris, the MLS card guy. Good catch.
You know, I talked to our guy Laird. This is totally off topic. I talked to our guy Laird about baseball. And that would be very awesome to be able to see what a guy does per game week and not per game. And he's like, yeah, we're working on it for both baseball and basketball, which I thought was great.
Yo, huge shout out to that.
Like,
I think about that all the time.
Yeah. Like I was like, yo, this would be a great idea. Then I reached out to him and was like, yeah, we're already on it. They're miles ahead of the curve.
See?
That's why they're the best.
They are smart people over there. Shout out to Sober Data, where I spent all my time on Sober Data. So thank you for that. But no, dude, that's actually great because yeah, I'm like when I'm sitting there like scouting for stuff, I'm like counting like games. I'm like, oh, they played the Texans 4 times. I'm like, oh, that's probably one game week. I'm like trying to add up all the scores for each individual game, and it's
and you got these weird like relief pitchers. Like, can you start a relief pitcher in a flex over a hitter? Because like yes, they average 15 per game, but they only pitch like once every 2-3 days, and it's like, is that enough to make up for like a bad hitter that's gonna get like 5 points, but he's gonna do it all 3 days? And it's like, you know, I don't know how to compare these things without just like, hey, he does 20 points per game week, he does 19 points per game week, play the guy that's 20. So make it really easy on me. That's the key.
There's already too many numbers going around. All right,
too much.
I
can't
struggling
math,
here.
Okay,
I really can't make like now that we're on YouTube, you can kind of like see the smoke coming out of my ears. The gears are grinding. We're struggling up here a little bit, but Leagues Cup. Here's another thing, and I know you haven't really been involved, but I know you're kind of like looking at the numbers right now. These 3-team groups Talk about
Yeah, weird.
chaos when it
Weird.
comes to trying to figure out who's going to win the group, who's not going to win the
Yeah.
group. Like you can still draw twice, but still win out and not, and it's been chaos all over the place. Do you?
So I'm gonna take like West 1 as a which kudos to whoever named these groups. They are fantastically named groups, right? West
Yep,
1,
yep, yep,
most
yep,
creative name I've ever heard of.
yep.
Portland is sitting here. They've played 2 games. They've got 3 points, but they're guaranteed to be through for some reason because
Right.
yeah, reasons. Tigres, on the other hand, has only played 1 time. They won that game, but they're not guaranteed to be through. Like, that's so weird. Like, why is Portland having lost their extra game just because they didn't lose it by a bunch of goals means that they're guaranteed to get through as opposed to Tigres
Yeah, but
who
but even then, so what? San Jose would have to win
by 2.
by 2.
Yeah, if San Jose wins by 2, then they'll be even on goal differential. Tigres will be -1, and they'll all be on 3 points. So then Tigres would be out. So like Tigres literally should just forfeit, except a forfeit is a 3-0 loss. But like if suppose Tigres was a 4-0, like had a 4-goal cushion, and they just couldn't lose by 4 goals, they would literally be better off forfeiting than playing the match, which is really weird. And it's not the only group that's like that.
No, there's a bunch of situations
This
where
one, Chicago, Minnesota, Puebla, it's the same way. It's just weird. I don't get it.
but it's been fun. I am very sad for you that you have not been really paying attention to the Leagues Cup here because it has been a wild ride. This whole honestly, I didn't think that I would like straight to penalties, no extra time.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
It's actually kind of fun.
Yeah,
it's definitely juicy.
penalties are way more fun than extra time for sure.
Especially when you get like two thrillers, like last minute, just equalizers, and you're just like, oh, we're just going straight to penalties. And then you can go, what was it, like 19 rounds? I think Vancouver went with Lyon, some crazy, just like 16-17 or some stat line. Like it's, oh, dude, it's been so much fun.
And I like that they do it like hockey, where each team gets the point for the draw, and then you do a shootout for the extra point, because that's going to help a lot with ties, and it's going to help just in general it be more exciting. You know that it's literally just a tiebreaker. So instead of like, because I could see like in a knockout scenario where it's like penalties determine who moves on and who gets knocked out. Like that's a very like big fine to pay, I guess, for losing a penalty shootout. Whereas when it's a point apiece and then an extra point to the team that wins, there's like no downside, right? Like if you win, great, you get an extra point. But if you didn't, you still at least got that 1 point for the draw. It's not like you got blown out 6-0, you know?
Right.
So yeah, I really like that the way that they've done the penalties, extra time, and the points. 3-team groups are kind of weird though. To be fair, I think I'd rather have 4-team groups.
I guess the pair, it feels a little bit more like fair in a sense. Like some of these games, like if you lose one game like straight out, like you're basically in trouble. Like you lose one game, you lose that first game straight up, and all of a sudden, like you have a really, really like deep hole that you have to climb out of, and you have like you almost like need the other results to go your way.
Exactly.
And it's like it's not so much in your hands as it is just
Right.
kind of like, just fate.
2
falling
games
your
is
way.
just not enough of a sample size.
No. But it leads to chaos. And obviously, being CONCACAF, it's been spicy. There's been fights. There's been red cards. Alan Polito's headbutt was so egregious. Like, bro, what are you? I don't know. I don't know if you saw that. Crazy.
I actually didn't see that. I saw I think it was Mazatlan on Philly. I saw someone get sent off and like deep into the game, but I didn't see a headbutt.
Yeah, no, Alan Polito, like they were like tussled like on the touchline, and he went to go like get up. You can kind of say he like slipped getting up or whatever, but just like straight up to the chin, just like straight headbutt. And like, dude, it was nasty. It looked nasty. Like he got him good, and it's like you can tell he kind of slipped, but it was like a straight red all day. And it's hello dog. It's been yeah. Hold on.
Was it like a what's it called? Was it like a one of those old Liga MX rivalries for Polito? Because he came from Liga MX. So was it like some bad blood from back in the day?
No, it really wasn't. It was really just a tough luck. Tough luck on that one. But the whole tournament's been like that. It's just you get your chippy guys, and also another fun fact about Leagues Cup is that a lot of the refs are new and they're like lower division refs and stuff like that they're trying to, like, I guess, push up the pipeline, maybe especially for these group stages where I forget what I was listening to. I think it was like the MLS Now podcast or something like that, and he like did a deep dive on all these refs because some of the calls have just been a little questionable. So he did a deep dive, and yeah, I guess it's a bunch of like young up and coming refs that are doing the early rounds from around CONCACAF. So
That
there's
doesn't
been
sound like a good idea.
yeah,
Hey, we've got this brand new competition that we don't know how it's going to go. Let's introduce some terrible officiating, and
okay,
that'll really help the public perception of how this competition is.
But they need to get repetition somewhere. All right, we
Not
got
in the Leagues Cup. Do it in
well,
Open Cup,
nobody,
like
but
Maryland
nobody
Bobcats against Flower City. Like you can do that all you want.
Yeah, but that's still pro though. This isn't pro. That's the thing. Because I think pro still does USL and I think Open Cup, but I think this is just FIFA. So
Oh,
it's a little different. So it's like, look, it's one of those things like entry level position that wants 2 years experience. Like it just doesn't make sense.
you
They
got
need,
to
all right, they need to get their experience somewhere. And the most chaotic competition, Liga MX versus MLS, is the place to do it. 100%. I agree with you there. 100%.
No, man.
Ugh.
Nothing like a good old fashioned Don Garber decision.
Yeah, dude.
Love our boy Donnie.
Do we? Do we though? Do we? I don't know. Maybe. But as far as League Cup, there's a couple games left, right?
Yeah.
Are there any of these games? Are you going to try to watch any of these games? Are you going to look into any of these games? Is there any of these games that makes you go, "Ooh, that's exciting"? Perhaps Club America versus Columbus, which is.
But it doesn't mean anything. Both teams are through. Who cares?
So what?
I mean, I'd love to see that normally, but like, who cares? You know, like, I'd rather see this as a knockout game. To be fair, like, I'd be down for that. But yeah, I'm kind of more interested in the teams that are playing for knockouts. So like the Seattle Monterey game, even though it's going to be probably really boring.
Toast.
Seattle has to win by 4 goals, which is probably really boring because it probably won't happen. But man, if Seattle gets up 2-0, it's going to get really fun really fast. So like that game could possibly be fun. Yeah, I mean Columbus and Club America is definitely probably the headliner, I'd say, from the games left. But like Atlas Toronto, that could be fun. If
for who? Dude, Toronto just they're gonna get
waxed. Yeah, I know. They're gonna get waxed.
Speak of,
but it could be fun if they had Insigne.
That is very true. And reports. I think I saw reports the other day that Bernadeschi said he wants to stay. So Toronto,
I don't believe it.
Toronto full rebuild mode. Cleaning house. Ayao Canola to the San Jose Earthquakes. They are just
San Jose just loves their 22-year-old strikers that are cast-offs from other teams that have been in the U.S. national picture.
Hey, but it works. It worked out for a Bobsy, didn't it?
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
they love those guys.
There it is.
Hopefully he stays healthy. That was the thing with the Bobsy too. Hopefully he stays healthy.
And guess what? Ayao Canola doesn't have a good history of that. So
neither did a Bobsy.
That is very true. No, he did not. But is there anything else in League Cup you want to touch on? Is there anything you want to go over? Because there is a lot. Unfortunately, the group stages aren't quite done yet.
Right. Yeah, we're not done yet. Shout out to our guy, Trippin' B, whose Charlotte FC is cruised through the group stage, which I did not expect.
I did not expect that either.
They just outright cruised through, and they're on to Cruz Azul next.
Swiderski, man. Don't count him out. Christian Kalina. Actually, shout out to Christian Kalina, who lost a clean sheet in like the 90th minute. Because he took me out of like the top 50 in Cap 270 this week to like somewhere in like the 130s. But I still have one guy left to play, so it should still be a good finish this week. But yeah, that Christian Kalina clean sheet loss that kind of killed me a little bit.
Wait, this week?
Yeah.
This week's not even close to over. Most of my teams haven't even played yet. I'm coming for you, dude.
Really? Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
U23, my U23 team has 200 points, and I still have 3 players to play. Look at that.
What you got? What you got?
Look at that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to say his name. Ludjic. And then
Mm.
Nathaniel Opoku is my guy. Got the 1 of 1,000, as you can see. Never selling it.
Okay, that is your guy.
I watched him play in college. Fun fact. He played
where'd
at
he play in
Syracuse.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. And then he got signed by Leicester, and then they loaned him to Belgium. So, yeah. He's really good. He scores a lot of goals. He doesn't have a lot of AA, so he's not like super overpowered, but he's good for a nice 70.
Yeah, well, if you're playing in America, you're used to that anyway. So
yeah. Then we got Pooch, and we got Tolkien, and we got Chris Brady coming. Although I guess Chris Brady's probably not going to play. But
see, there he goes. That lovely.
Give me that DNP.
Oh, DMPs all day. It's all my goalkeepers too. I've had great outfield
DNP.
players, and then
everybody else is playing. We're just like, nope. The goalkeepers have to rest. They're overworked. We cannot afford 2 more games.
He's too dang tired.
Like what? What is this?
Just like our digital trading cards are getting tired. I have to go to fitness.
That's gonna be great. I can't wait for that. I can't wait till we talk about that.
Oh, buddy. Dude,
Chicago what needs to avoid a 3-goal loss.
I was about to say, what if Chicago makes it through?
Chicago is going to make it through unless they lose by 3 or more.
They could get waxed by Puebla. I don't know, man. Stupid Shaqiri, man.
Puebla has not scored yet in this League Cup. Although I guess they've only played 1 game. So fair enough.
Yeah, see, there you go. Man, I'm so mad at Chicago. They ruined. They're doing that thing where they like score a lot of goals but concede a lot of goals, and then they somehow pull off like.
Maybe if they started their starting goalkeeper, that wouldn't happen.
But that would help you out too much. So
I got an idea for you. Play your freaking players. Then you won't give up a lot of goals.
They need a rest.
He single-handedly keeps them in games, and when they don't play him, this is what happens.
No, they got to focus on the MLS League play because they're doing so well in that.
True.
Yeah,
that is true.
They're
above DC, so that must mean they're pretty good.
Ooh, yikes. I actually haven't even looked at the table. Break that table down for me.
So Cincinnati's really good at this game. New England's still pretty good. Philly has fallen off from last year, but they're still really good.
Well, they're finding it again.
Nashville doesn't believe in allowing goals, which makes them pretty good. There's this team in purple. Columbus is coming for you, though. They're for sure going to pass you. Atlanta's going to pass you because they're going to be very well rested at the end of this. Chicago's going to pass Orlando because their goalkeeper is going to be well rested at the end of this.
Right.
DC's going to go on a long run that's going to give them a lot of confidence all the way to the final, and they're going to win it. And that'll give them the confidence to push past Orlando.
Benteke Golden Boot.
Montreal, Hernan Losada is basically DC, so he's going to see DC win, and that's going to give him confidence. Red Bulls are always good. They always make the playoffs. They're going to pass Orlando. Charlotte, Trippin' B is a great guy, so they're going to pass Orlando. NYCFC, I don't know. They've got Talis Magna.
No, not a chance.
Them right now, so they're going to pass Orlando.
He's not using himself right now.
Toronto, Insigne is going to come back. They're going to get hot, and they're going to go on a run, and they're going to pass Orlando. And then Miami, they're probably still going to be in last. You're going to beat Miami. That's it. I'm calling Orlando 14th in the East this year.
Oh,
mark it down.
Well, it's because
I don't think that's mathematically possible, but
after we win the Leagues Cup, we're just gonna take the rest of the season off. Like, you know what, we'll see y'all in
forfeit 3-0 every
in CCC because the CONCACAF Champions Cup now is no longer CCL, which is dumb.
Or you could have won the Open Cup, but you didn't.
No, but we lost to good guy Charlotte FC.
That's true. That was nice of you.
That's what I told Trippin. I was like, look, we won it last year. We felt bad. Yeah, we let them have it. We were focused on CCL.
Love it. Western Conference, St. Louis, they're going to fall off a cliff. LAFC is up there. RSL's up there, which is pretty surprising considering they still don't know what talent is.
Unfortunate.
But they do have Chicho Arango.
Chicho.
So they're going to be good. Seattle is going to be really really well rested because they're not beating Monterey 3-0 or 4-0 actually.
Is the Seattle dynasty done? Is it time?
I don't know.
Is it time to put a stake in the Seattle dominance?
Here's the problem with that. They still have a lot of guys that are under like really team friendly contracts that are really good. So like they're going to get rid of Nico Ladero and Rui Diaz and have a lot of money to spend in the cap. And they don't really need those guys. As we've seen this year, they're in 4th place and those guys haven't contributed at all. So like add 2 more DPs and you're like in trouble. I don't know. I don't think Seattle is as good as I thought they were going to be.
Right.
But I also could see them like the thing with like Seattle and Portland, they just don't play until August. And then they're like, okay, now it's time to play. And then they start. So like the fact that they're 4th now, they could just turn it on and just boat race the rest of the Western Conference. I don't think there's any great teams out in the Western Conference.
And Stephen Fry is now battling injuries. It's now
that might be a good thing because Stephen Cleveland might come in.
Nah, I don't have a Stephen Cleveland yet, so
I do.
Yeah,
I do. I'm prepared, baby. Other thing, LAFC. Maxi Croupeau started for LAFC 2.
I did. I saw
big news for them when they get him and Murillo back.
Okay, but do you immediately just bench John McCarthy, which has been doing okay?
Yes.
You think even though he's come out and performed for the team, just like all right, you put in a shift, but Crapo's back, move out the way.
There's a reason Miami didn't want McCarthy.
Okay.
And it wasn't because they have Drake Callender, who's the best goalkeeper in the league, although that was part of it.
Okay.
I don't think McCarthy's bad. I think he's been like good, but I think Max Croupeau is like one of the top 5 goalkeepers in the league easily.
But he was until he broke his leg. We don't know.
Yeah, he shattered his leg, winning an MLS Cup.
Exactly, and he's just going to
winning an MLS Cup.
Yeah, and he's going to come right back into the starting lineup, just like it's
after
nothing.
9 months. Yeah, yes, he is.
I guess
he better. I'm going to be so mad if I bought a rare Max Croupeau and he doesn't start. The same thing happened in Vancouver too. He got hurt for a little bit, and then Hassall came in, and they were like, we don't need him anymore. We'll just ship him off to LAFC. And then Hassall didn't end up turning out to be good, so they had to buy somebody else. So, like, learn your lesson, LAFC, from Vancouver, and just start Max Croupeau. It's not that hard.
All right, fair.
You just write his name on the team sheet, the first spot.
Just don't even think about it.
That's all you have to do. You just write it, say, go stand in that net out there and stop the ball. And he's going to go do it. And he'll break his leg for you if he has to. That's commitment to the badge.
But at least you'll win MLS Cup.
You won MLS Cup. What more do you want? Had nothing to do with McCarthy.
McCarthy won the penalty shootout.
And nothing to do with him.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He didn't win the penalty
Philly was so rattled by Max Croupeau giving up his life for the team that they could not make penalties. It's still Max Croupeau in spirit out there in goal. This is the best red card I've ever seen in my life.
All right, moving on down the table, the Western Conference table.
All right, so we got Austin. Austin, I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched any games, but I felt like they regressed a little bit to the mean to start the season, and now they're kind of finding their footing again, which is good to see.
Yeah,
San Jose
has found the back of the net finally.
Yeah, our good friend Zardes fan club will be happy about that one. San Jose upgrading coaching staff. They were the dark horse team for us this year. And by us, I mean me. They're in 6th, about where I thought they'd be, ready to make a run in the playoffs. Vancouver traded Julian Gressel. They're dead to me.
Vanni Sartini. That's all.
Vanni Sartini doesn't know who to start ever. He just rotates for the heck of it. He's just like, well, I haven't written his name in a while. I'm gonna put him down. Dallas. Ariola's coming back.
That is true. What about
He's important for them.
what's his face? Leggett. Where's Leggett? Isn't he here too?
I don't know.
Is he still on that team?
I think so.
Whatever happened to Leggett? Who knows? Nobody knows. But actually, while you look that up, going back to the Gressel thing, I think Gressel to Columbus is sneaky,
Not
an
fair.
incredible move.
Not fair. It's really
so
not
good,
fair.
so good.
I'm actually really mad that he went to Columbus because, like, sort of a rival with DC.
That it's such a good move though. Cujo's gonna eat. Him and Nagby already have a connection. Do you think Gressel goes back to like the wingback?
Yeah.
So he's
See, like, that's the thing. You don't have to, like, Gressel doesn't have to play as that, like, weird ball control right back. He can, like, you know what I mean? Like, he can play further up the field.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like he was playing in the midfield. He's playing in the midfield in Vancouver.
Right.
He wasn't really doing like
Which,
the wingback role, but
I think it's more of a better position for him. I don't think he's a great defender. He's kind of like Trent. Like, he's as close to Trent as the MLS has. He, like,
but that's
doesn't
great for
play a lot
Sorare.
of defense, and he's fantastic with a cross.
Right. I don't know. It'll be
The
interesting
Jets
because
having a really good Leagues Cup, by the way. Look at that.
who legit?
Yeah,
Dude,
62 and an 80.
I didn't even know he was back. He's been back for like what? What is that? 7 games? Sheesh.
Yeah, he started 4 in a row. That's big for them. Dallas was on a long losing streak right here. This was not a good spot.
That was a Gold Cup. They were missing a lot of players.
Yeah.
They lost a lot of players to injury.
Ferreira, Areola, like, that's most of their team.
Yeah,
like, Velasco's
that
just
is their
out there
team,
running
yeah.
around by himself.
Yeah, they went through a little slump.
I
Hey,
do
they
think
might be
Dallas
back.
will be okay. That's another thing to consider. Some of these teams kind of benefited from Gold Cup as far as, like, moving up the standings a little bit. Potentially Austin, because they don't have any real Gold Cuppies.
Right.
Do they kind of fall back down a little bit now that other teams have their star players back? You know?
I mean, maybe. I mean, same thing. Minnesota, was off to such a disadvantage early on in the season,
Right.
and now, I mean, they're putting it together, man.
They look dangerous.
Oh, yeah, they do.
They told me, I saw this meme. They told me that Messi was the best Argentinian in the league, and I took that personally, like the Michael Jordan meme for Reynoso.
Okay.
No.
Shout out to that free kick goal that happened. If that Messi goal didn't happen and Messi wasn't who he was, the entire world would be talking about that Reynoso free kick goal, which was a thing of beauty. Hands down, I'm sorry, Messi, but goal of the tournament. Well, questionable with Mauricio Pereira's golazo from last night. That's up there too.
Not even the best goal from his own country in a Leagues Cup tournament, a half a world away. That's pretty bad. And they call him the best player in the world.
Sit down, Messi. We have Reynoso.
Yeah. As long as he is allowed to play from his wife or ex-wife or whatever she is.
As long as he feels like showing up.
As long as he doesn't get kept in Argentina for the entire season.
And no pistol
whipping. Fine. He'll be fine. Yeah, so there's Minnesota, Kansas City. They're gonna fire Vermees at some point, right?
He just extended his contract, like a big ass extension too. I'm pretty sure.
Kansas City, man. Okay.
But Alan Polito scoring goals. It's fine.
And headbutting people apparently.
And headbutting people.
Then you got Portland. You know they're gonna go on a run because Portland just they don't believe in playing until August. Galaxy are in shambles, and Colorado's in shambles. So, yeah. Tough scenes for Colorado, man.
Tough scenes for the West.
They're the big Moneyball team, and it's just it's not Moneyball right now. You know that whole saying, like, there's good teams, there's poor teams, and there's 50 feet of crap, and then there's Colorado.
Yep.
They're living up to Moneyball right now. They're like the A's in the before Moneyball era.
Well, clearly, like
the first part of the movie.
The recipe for success is there. They just need to go out and sign Messi, or maybe they should go out and get Cristiano Ronaldo. Good little East-West.
No,
good
it's
little
okay.
bottom of the table.
Arabia's better. Saudi Arabia's a better league, so he wants to play with the best.
You're right. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to all those.
We gotta get to the roadmap here.
Oh, we do. Oh my god, we're already 40 minutes in. All right.
Yeah,
dude, the roadmap. Oh my god, the roadmap. So, shout out if you have made it this far through our Leagues Cup conversation. But now we're going to shift over to these. If you care about our opinions, it's already been beat into the ground.
You're listening to us for 45 minutes.
Yeah. It's been beat into the ground a million times. But so rare with their football product roadmap update. What's in store for 2024. All right, that's what we're going to talk about here. Chris, have you had time to read any of this? It's a long one.
So, full disclosure, I read this at 3 a.m. The night before a game, which was maybe not the smartest thing to do, but I did read it. I don't remember most of it. But I just remember getting the feeling that this was going to be a good thing for me, and that's all I was really worried about. So we can definitely go through point by point and see if it's a good thing for me. But I feel like I'm winning here.
Okay, before we actually dive into it, why do you feel like you're winning? What is it about it that makes you feel like you're winning?
So my general strategy is to just kind of buy everything and not have a general strategy. And I feel like this is going to be really good for that. Because like people who know what they're doing and have like decent cards to play, they're now going to be taxed essentially on either having to buy the fitness things or like rotate and not play their like good players all the time. Whereas me, I just kind of do that by choice before it was cool. So I'm going to say that I was kind of doing this, I was like ahead of the curve on this one. So I think this is great that I can just continue with my normal strategy and everybody else gets penalized. And
Gotcha.
my stupidity is now being rewarded. So I think that's great.
Your inability
I'm
to
here
stop
for it.
yourself
I'm
from
here
throwing
for it.
money in the
Yeah.
trash is now benefiting you.
Let's do this in baseball too. I'm here for it.
All right. Well, we'll get into it. Look, we're not gonna, like I said, we're not gonna like do a full deep dive into it because every Sorare content creator on the planet has talked about it, done it, redo it. But because this is my channel and my show, and I'm talking to my friend about Sorare, I'm gonna
Hi,
give my
Mom.
opinions that no one cares about. Hi, Mom. What's up? I think my mom watches. She watched the last one. She said it's too long. So
She's not wrong.
Yeah, well, whatever. All right. I don't have anybody else to talk.
She'll also always listen to your mom. She always knows best.
No.
Play that Tangled song.
Go long. Going long. All right. Look, this is my underrated, hands down favorite part of this like product roadmap update. So basically, what Sorare has decided to do is introduce the long format competitions. So starting in December, global all-star competitions will have 2 leaderboards, short and long format. The leaderboard is going to run across 8 weeks, taking the top 4 scores of those 8 weeks and putting it into a leaderboard, and that's where you will place. The higher you place, the cooler things you win. It will be very exciting. Basically, they're going to announce card rewards in greater details, including the exact card rewards from podium finishes ahead of the first long format competition, which is perfect. Everyone complains about transparency. There it is. Real first on the surface, how do you feel about this? Do you think this is cool?
Absolutely.
Whoa! Okay.
Yep.
All right. We're going to have a discussion
I'm
about this.
out.
Why do you hate this?
Rewards are not increasing. They're just being split between short and long form. Long form favors big galleries with star players that are going to be very consistent. So you're going to feed a whole lot of your whales. You're going to feed them more. And the random one-off, oh my God, this guy never scores and he banged 100 for me is not really going to matter anymore. Well, I mean, not matter at all, but it's going to matter less. So I hate it. I think it's way too much, way too whaley. Is that, if that's a word? It's whaley. I do like that thing that you have highlighted there, which is card rewards being announced before the competition. Like, why don't we just do that for all of them? That seems like a no-brainer to me.
Right.
Like if we're worried about ACLs or something, we just announce, hey, we're giving away this guy, and then he tore his ACL. We're actually not giving away that guy. It's not that hard.
True.
So, but yeah, that I like. The rest of it, I hate. Your thoughts?
So I get what you say about the whole whaley thing, but I don't necessarily think that's true. Well, it is true, but in All Star, it was already like that anyway. You're a guy that like randomly could punt like 100. Like you really shouldn't be playing him in All Star anyway, because all the big cards are already in All Star. Especially with capped competitions, if you wanted to put out a lineup of like true All Stars, one of the only places that you could basically play him is All Star. But it takes 1 week of you to just like mess up your lineups to completely take you out of the like long-term competition. And it's one of the things where like it doesn't sound as cool, and they've already done this. They did this for the NBA playoffs. And that's basically what they did with all the competitions was like all your scores accumulated, and at the end, depending on where you placed, is how many credits you got that you could redeem in their store. And that's a whole nother conversation if you want to have that one, how I felt about that. But it became where like, look, it was the end of the playoffs. We have done a whole season. Like you were already kind of burnt out, right? Of the two
Yeah.
competitions. So in the playoffs, it was like, okay, we're playing it. And then there's like basically half of a series would happen after the first game. Your scores were locked in. And basically, like you had to hope that one of your guys had hit the ceiling to like push you up those ranks. But like towards the end of it, I didn't realize how focused I was more on like the long term score than I was the actual just like weekly competitions where I was like winning cards or
Yeah.
not. To where it's like I didn't think that I would enjoy it, but towards the end, like I was so focused on it. I was like just getting those extra like 13 points in 1 week that the 20 people in front of me didn't. That just pushes me up the leaderboard a little bit more. And it becomes one of those things where like it almost becomes like a casual and ranked mode to where the people that are very serious about this game, the true fantasy aspect,
Yeah.
are gonna go for those like monthly leaderboards.
Right.
Where all the rest of the competitions going in with like all this new fitness stuff and all those gamified aspects that they're adding to the game are going to play in everything else. But I think the true competitive, almost whales, are people that take this game seriously, like a lot of the OGs now. I think the monthly competition is going to be like the main focus, and
Yeah.
it's not going to be for everybody. It's one of those things where like
Right.
anybody that's new is going to see that it's like, oh, a month long competition and you win Mbappe and a trip to go see like the Champions League final. New people are gonna look at that and go like, all right, I'm never gonna compete in that. And it almost like I feel like Sorare has to do that, come out and be like, look, these long form competitions are not for everybody. It's almost like a ranked
Right.
mode, like a pro mode, and then you have the rest of the stuff which is casual. Um, it's new. It can go a lot of ways, but I think that there's so much more to this that people like the competition of it and how hard it is actually going to be. I think is going to entice people a lot more than we realize right now.
I think you're somewhat spot on there as far as it'll take consistency to be good. My problem is my cards are not consistent ever.
Right.
Lionel Messi is very consistent, and I don't feel like me, even if I like, clearly I'm not like watching a bunch of games right now and doing a lot of scouting. But even when we get into August and we have some time and we can watch some games, I don't feel like me throwing out Jack Maher, who has a great matchup, is gonna compete with Messi every single week. Like
Right.
on a given week, maybe Messi has an off game and he only shoots a 60, and my Jack Maher pick that's like a L15 of 45 comes out with a 65 and like I squeak out a win. But like that's happening once a month tops. And it's
Right.
like, and you're taking rewards away from that one time that I hit Jack Maher, which is my bigger problem. If it was just like, hey, we're adding on this new thing and we're going to have a few rewards for like long term, fine, whatever, like let the whales feed more, like that's great, but it doesn't really affect me that much. But they're taking away rewards from the short term game, which does affect me.
Okay,
Yeah.
but let me throw this one at you. They're taking away existing card rewards, but you're not factoring in all the other reward types that they're now going to start tossing into these things. Like all these other featured bonuses and fitness things and coins, which are now going to become way more important to the actual like game mechanic itself. So it's like, yes, there's less like card rewards that obviously we all chase, because that's the only thing that we know how to win, and that's the only thing that satisfies us right now. But there's going to be like, okay, I didn't win a card, but I won this boost that I needed, or this other thing that I now don't have to go out and purchase, if that makes sense.
You know who
So it's
can
like,
purchase that?
yeah.
Whales. The whales can
But
just purchase what I want, and then it doesn't help me. It just makes me not be at a disadvantage anymore. Yeah. No, I mean I get it. There's other rewards and other stuff that gets thrown into it, but I still still want to win rewards.
I mean, no, I mean you're not wrong, and
Also, sorry,
no,
I
go
didn't
ahead.
mean to interrupt you. Can we
I
talk
didn't know where
about
I
the
was going
fact
anyway.
that to get any merch at all, you have to be like within the 30 seconds that it gets released on Sorare, or else you're never getting it?
Yeah, that was rough. I did get a
Like
hat
the
though.
jerseys and the hats and everything. You did get a hat.
I did get a hat. I did get
That's
a hat.
sick.
I spent my whopping 15,000 coins on a hat.
Didn't I send you a hat at one point?
You sent me a shirt.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
Terrible me.
It's okay. I managed to get my hat anyway. Okay,
You
managed
did
to get
it.
my hat.
You're finally an OG.
My 15,000 coins got me a damn hat along with like a ton of other people.
What if it just had like a messy rare token in it?
I'd be pissed off. I
Did
wouldn't
you
want it.
go, huh?
I wouldn't want it.
You wouldn't want the messy rare token? You
Nope.
can give it to me. I gave you a T-shirt once.
Nope. Orlando all the way. Florida's purple. So
Yikes.
there's a look. I love the look. I play this game for fun. Okay. If I could win a cool hat, hell yeah. And I'm gonna spend my 15,000s on a hat, and I'm gonna feel dang cool wearing it. And you know what? If people think that I'm stupid for wasting 15,000 of my coins on that hat, well, guess what? I'm stupid with a cool hat, and that's how I feel about that. I wanted the dang hat. I got the dang hat. That's the bottom line.
You can't take that away unless you take away the hat.
You can't take that happiness away from me. And that's my second hat, actually, because I actually ordered a hat from the playoff competition that I won. Let's go. I got 2 silver hats.
You can
that
you can wear those on different days.
I'm going to wear them at the same time, actually.
Oh, there you go. One forward, one backward.
Oh, there you go.
So that way you have Sorare logos no matter which way people come from.
That's the plan. See?
It's great.
Wavelengths. Another thing that Sorare is trying to implement is this new kickoff mode, which I think is a lot of fun. I don't know how sticky it's going to be, but it's a cool concept. I don't know if you read this, but essentially it's going to be like the common division, like the draft system, but like on the mobile app. And it'll be like small little like private contests, little group competitions. You could have fun with your buddies. I think this is incredible because someone like me who likes to go out and, watch some European matches on Saturday morning sometimes with his buddies at the bar. It's one of those things you're like, hey, you pull out this app and then you get all your buddies to like join this group, you put in your lineups, and then the loser, the guy with the least amount of points, buys the next round. It's great. I love that. I get to use Sorare. I get to bully my friends playing Sorare to buy me another pint. It's great.
I'd never lose if that were the case, except those times that I finished last.
Well, that's what it says right here. Newsflash, it will always be you, the Sorare OG.
That's true.
They got us covered.
They did speak directly to me in that specific part of it. What worries me a little bit about this is it'll create an immediate entry point for new Sorare managers with natural loops to the existing game, pieced with the Cash Wallet launch. It will offer a new opportunity for Sorare to grow and reach new football fans. Does that mean this is a paid mode somehow? Why do we need a Cash Wallet for what is basically just common draft for a specific game, right?
Yes. I don't know. I would hope
This is
not.
the kind of quality analysis you get on Sorare in the States.
We are
the experts
tearing
here,
it down. Is that just a way that I don't know. Are they just trying to say that we're going to have a cash wallet so it's easier to onboard casuals? Is that what they're trying to say?
I mean, I can't. Hope so.
Like, they've been so adamant about their free to play and that their free to play is like the first step in onboarding all these users. Like, for them to almost cap that with a microtransaction or some sort of like token gated, because like it almost feels very DFS-y too, right? Where it's hey, you go in, you pay your entry fee, and then all of a sudden, you pick your players, yada yada, from a pool of whatever game is on, and then that's that.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sorare can get away with that.
Yeah,
because aren't they treading the water with gambling at that point?
I don't know about that. I just don't think it. I don't know. It's the exact opposite of like the long-term format, right? Like the long-term format, you're like all about consistency and you're all about like who's actually scouting really well. Whereas short-term, like some random idiot picks a center back off the bench and the dude comes in and bangs a 85 with a goal at the end. Like,
right.
It's like just completely random, That's what baseball is. Like, it's totally random. Aaron Judge can have 3 strikeouts in a game, and some random dude you've never heard of hits back-to-back home runs, and then you're just good. You know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's
So,
very true.
yeah,
But like at the
it's the
same
exact
time,
opposite. So that's kind of weird to expand both ways. But yeah, no, I mean, I think if it gets more people in, great.
it'd be kind of cool if you could almost like use the cash wallet to put a pool in, like, oh, like everybody puts in $5, like the money goes to the winner. So you're not really gambling; it's still going. Like is that gambling?
As long as Sorare doesn't take a cut. But,
yeah, because Sorare wouldn't be able to take a cut, right? I don't know, man. What? See, it was all fine. I was like, yeah, this game sounds fun. Like maybe I could actually get my buddies.
I
to
love
start
shooting
playing
holes
Sorare.
into your hopes.
And then you just shoot me down. You just shoot down my hopes.
That's
and
my
dreams.
job.
Either way. But outside of that, the cash wallet is coming. I think it's going to be great for the platform. It's not going to be like, oh, cash wallet's out, we're all rich. But 100%. Look, you know how many things I don't buy because I can't just buy it with a credit card anymore? Like, I think half of the reason why my Sorare experience has gotten better in the last year is because I can't just randomly spot buy stuff with my credit card in the middle of the night, like whenever I want.
Yeah.
That is so great because now it's a process. And then by the time I go through the process, I'm like, you know what? I probably shouldn't be buying this card anyway. And then I don't buy it. And then I'm probably
bad
happy
for Sorare, though.
That's not my problem. It saves me.
It does,
which is kind of what.
Which is the yeah. This is not going to save you.
Yeah, but it's almost like they have to, right? Because if they don't save me, then I'm just going to get pissed and leave anyway. So it's almost like by them unintentionally saving me from doing something stupid, yeah, it cuts their revenue, but it keeps me around longer.
Playing the long-term game. Long competition.
Mind games.
Long competition. Mind games on another level.
Either way, kickoff, I think it's cool. It'll be fun as long as it's actually fun and does great. Something that doesn't mean a lot to me, the unique competitions. Instead of 2 super rares, it's cares. 1. I'm not a whale. Doesn't really
selling my
me.
super rares.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I told you I got Brandon Vasquez for the 1. That was a good trade.
Yeah.
It's down for that.
Go.
Yeah. Got a couple more that are not terrible players.
Well, there you go. And no changes to the so rare scoring matrix for 23-24, which is also fantastic. Going on training, they're adding more training.
Yay!
They took training. Look, and I see why. The more I think about it,
let's take the most boring part of the game and add to it.
Yeah, but see, that sounds dumb, but that's really smart because before it was like it was pointless, mindless training, but now it has a purpose. Now you care. See,
okay.
It's not mindless work if you actually care about it and have fun.
I think it was mindless before and it's mindless now.
Look, the only thing, and after reading this, so reading this again today, I want to focus on this part right here where it says, for example, if you play U23 competitions exclusively, you may want to claim a temporary U23 training drill that boosts a player's card XPs a little bit more quickly. So stuff like this, it sounds like a whole bunch of like noise and messy like junk, but I think it's actually really smart because shout out to the homie Harry Trades, who is someone that focuses heavily on U23s. This is great for him because the cards that he's not using, like, especially when you play like on a serious level, like you play more matchup, right? Than you do just like guys that bang out. Like you have certain lineups that you just like throw out the best guys, throw them out. But a lot of the times in priority lineups, like you're playing matchups and stuff like this. So if there's a bunch of guys that you have that you're not using, have a terrible matchup, why would you not throw them into the fitness with an extra boost to boost them specifically because they're U23? So instead of getting like, say you stick your guy in the academy and you get 2x XP, right? But now with this boost, now you get like 2.5 or 3 because you have the so you're boosting 5 guys. Like that is incredibly smart. And it's not for everybody. You don't have to do it because you don't have a lot of U23s, but for someone that does, I think it's great. Do that for old guys, for like over 32s, or do it for, I don't know, MLS players or, Premier League players. So there's all these different things that you can do that cater to like different strategies. I think it's adding that much more depth and dynamic to the game to like help someone who is not a whale strategize. And if they like focus on the specific thing, it gives them an advantage where otherwise it would not, for really focusing on one set strategy. I don't know. I think it's cool.
Yes, it does make it more in depth, and you can kind of pick your strategy a little bit more. But it lets everybody pick a strategy. So does it really let anybody pick a strategy? You know, like if
Yeah,
everybody
because they could
gets a
all be different.
specific boost on a certain thing, then doesn't nobody get a boost?
Well, no, because who's to say that everybody's going to do it?
Well, yes, it does help you if you're consistent, which I do like. So fair play for that one. But like the people who are like serious about it, they're all going to kind of do something. If that makes sense. Like they're all going to have a specific like strategy boost, if that makes sense. So it's like
In theory,
it
if
doesn't
Sorare gives.
really
Well, I
like
guess
if
yeah.
everybody gets the same boost, there's not really a boost. It's just another step you have to do to not get left behind.
Yeah,
I'm on one today. I'm really
Good. I mean, that's fine.
I'm trying to stab this thing as many holes as I possibly can.
That's fine. Someone needs to. Like that, the yin and the yang, baby. That's what we are. You, I, I hype it up. You shoot it down, and it works. It
Let's
really
roll
does work.
reverse for this next one.
Okay.
Because
Right.
this next one I'm actually hyped about. And I
don't know how I
yeah.
feel about this one. I don't really have. All right, go.
No, I'm
shoot.
kind of hyped about it because I feel like this makes so much sense. Like this is actual strategy, right?
Okay.
This is where you can get your players, and if you have the same dude that you're just gonna throw in a lineup every single week, eventually you're gonna lose the fitness bonuses and you're gonna be at a disadvantage to everybody else. But if you're really playing the game and you know everybody's matchup, you can go, oh, well, I'll actually just rest this guy because he doesn't have a great matchup this week. I'll play this other guy who doesn't normally get in, but he's got a great matchup. That gives me that little incentive to now find that other diamond in the rough, have that, like, it just gives me incentive to have a bigger gallery. Not necessarily a more whaley gallery, like, not necessarily like better cards, just like a bigger total card gallery is what this would be helpful for. So, since that's my strategy, like I said, I just shotgun and buy everything. So, since that's what I have, I love this because I can now like mix and match and always be at 100% fitness and never have to buy anything. Whereas everybody else either has to buy something or they're at a disadvantage to me. So I love that.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's where the whole dynamic comes out with. And obviously, like we don't have all the information on exactly how it's going to work, so it's hard to like even build your strategy ahead of time. But even looking at my own gallery and the way that I play, the only cards that I use back to back to back without like thinking twice about is my Orlando City stack and like my limited Champ America. Other than that, I'm playing matchups and I don't play the same cards like in and out all the time. So it's one of those things where like
it's good for you.
Yeah, does it maybe make how many decisions am I going to make based off of like the 0.5% or little percent that
But
I'm
it adds
missing?
up, right? Like if you do that 3 weeks in a row, then now it's not a 0.5%, it's a 1.5%, or it's a 3%. And then it's like, oh my God, this is a big deal.
Yeah, but then they
right?
don't play midweeks anyway, so then I just throw them in the physio center.
But I have to imagine that they're not gonna let you just like not play them when they don't have a game and let that count. Like,
oh, dude,
that would kind of defeat the point.
No, it's not, because if there's no game, they're resting anyway.
But if there's no game and I can just chuck my Mbappe into physio because he doesn't have a game anyway.
Yeah,
like, that kind of defeats the point of having fitness in the first place.
If he's not playing a game in real life, he's probably resting.
Yeah, but this is so rare. This isn't real life.
So why are they getting tired?
Like, the whole point of fitness is to make it like if you play the exact same player every single week, eventually you're going to be at a disadvantage. And like just chucking him into physio when he doesn't have a game, I feel like it defeats the whole point.
So I'm just going to buy a second Reynoso is what you're saying.
There you go.
There it is.
Buy a second Messi, and then you can just alternate them.
There you
go. That also helps me
Sure.
because I have lots of Aaron Longs, so I'll never run out of Aaron Long.
Just Aaron Long in every competition, just in and out, never tired.
I'll never run out. He'll never be tired. It'll be great. I've finally figured out Sorare. It's great.
Yeah, did you just buy unlimited Aaron Longs?
Just buy all of the cards. If you buy every card on the platform, you can't not win.
That is very
super easy.
That is very true. So you are for this fitness only because you just buy everything anyway and you don't really care.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, we'll take it. There you go. It's like I said, it doesn't really affect my strategy too much anyway, except for my poor little city cards, which I'm going to be forced to buy boost for, I guess, or whatever. Whatever. For the crest, baby. Let's go. Another thing that they did real quick, the new season bonus. It now disappears the first day that the league starts. It had
Love
to
it.
happen eventually.
Yep, love it.
They had to be clear about it essentially. At the end of the day, no matter when they did it, people were going to be happy. People weren't going to be upset. But it is the new season bonus. If there is a new season starting,
Yeah,
it is
makes
a new
sense.
season. It is
Makes
literally
total
in the name.
sense.
It is in the name.
Why would we wait a month in and let old cards have a huge advantage? That doesn't make any sense.
And also, by the time, if you're buying old season cards when you know the new season's coming up, 10 out of 10 times probably, that's already priced into the price of the card anyway. So stop complaining because you probably got it at a serious discount anyway and it's already priced in. So that's all I got to say about that.
Love it. Smart. Makes sense.
Collection bonus. I don't know. It's a collection bonus. It's great. Number 1 Orlando City Limited. Let's go, baby.
Are you number 1?
I'm number 1 in 22, 20, the new one, 23, 22. And then I'm second in the 2021 cards, only behind Powell, though. So it doesn't really count.
Suck, man.
I'm second behind Powell.
Sounds like you're not a real Orlando fan. You're behind Powell.
Fucking
I wonder how
Powell.
many he's first in. Somebody should look that up.
I don't know. I don't know if
how many different collections is he number 1 for?
If anybody has access to that data, I would love that because that'd be awesome.
Love to see that. But yeah, collections, big fan. Big fan of collections.
Yeah, you're a big fan of collections? I think they're incredibly fun.
Yep.
Although I will say, while we're on the
collection, I bought more DC cards this year than I ever had before. I
am so sorry for you.
I know. I don't even play them. I just have them in collection. The bonus does nothing for me because they're never good enough to play.
Yeah, you know how annoying it is to try to put together all my lineups and like scroll past like 30 Orlando City players that I'll never even consider putting in a lineup. Yeah, dude.
Now everyone knows my pain from the Aaron Long things. It was so hard to pick a defender when Aaron Long was on an L15 of 55 because he was the first one that would come up in my things, and I have to scroll through like 30 of them to find anybody else. It was annoying.
Yep. I will say though, so data, I'm just saying you should allow me to hide specific cards that I just know I'm never going to use in the lineup builder. Like just let me check them off. Be like, I'm never going to use this, so it just doesn't show up, and then I could just uncheck it.
Don't remind me that it's here.
Yes,
please.
Just don't remind me that it's here.
I don't want to know that I have an Alexander Pato that I'm never ever using.
I'm tired of looking at 6 Robin Janssens, 4 Antonio Carloses, and 6 Mauricio Pereiras. All right, like it makes it really complicated to build lineup sometimes. Okay, so I appreciate you.
So one version of each player, please.
Please, sir. Yeah, what you could do is just show the name one time.
We can do it when we're buying cards.
And then drew a drop down. And then do like a drop down of all the versions that you own. So you just show the name and then just like a little plus like drop down thing when you have multiple versions. That's it. There you go. Solve that problem for you. Mic drop.
I'm sure Laird's on that already. They're pretty smart over there.
Oh, they're so smart. Yeah, I'm sure they got it figured out. Another thing, threshold.
Yeah.
Bonuses are coming to thresholds, but they also increased it from 250 to 300. Does this bother you at all, Chris?
Yes, because I have a lot of bonuses because I like collections. But yes, because I think that this is higher than 250 without bonuses. And the little graphic that they showed to prove that it's not higher is like weighted super crazily. And I'm not a fan of it. So yeah, I don't think that I don't think that it is going to be basically even for getting 250 without bonus to getting 300 with bonus. So I am not on board. Like their captain had a 52, not the 39 guy. Like my captain's always in 39. So that's just not going to help me out that much, you know? Like their 71 had a 10% new season bonus. Like that's not going to happen for me. Like
Sorare, you fool.
Yeah, like they had DeJuan Jones score 39, and then they only gave him like an 11% bonus. We're like, well, he's not helping very much. But like, yeah.
So rare, you were a fool to think that I would pick the right captain in my game week.
Exactly. Like,
How dare you assume?
How dare you assume we know what we're doing? Like, let's be honest. Come on, guys. Like, This is crazy.
I am nowhere near a mathematician of any sort. I have not crunched the numbers. Do I understand how somewhat difficult it is to reach 240 without the bonuses? Do I think with the bonuses it's going to help much more? I don't really think so. But
That's the one thing. Like, if you can keep your bonuses up, I think you can be in great shape. Like, all of these are on 1% collection bonus. Like, I have 4% collection bonuses on
that's
some
true.
stuff. Like fitness, I'm gonna keep my fitness at 10% for everything, so we're good there. Like XP, I'm already pushing 10% on some cards. So like, I may have higher bonuses than this, to be fair. So like, I might be complaining for nothing, but like that doesn't help normal people.
So you
That
really
don't.
think you're going to focus on your fitness and you're going to make decisions based off of the fitness just for the sake of keeping it up so that you don't like drain it?
Yeah. It's that big. 10% is a big deal.
Yeah, but we don't know. What if it only goes down like 0.5 each week? Are you just going to play 1 week, or are you going to like maybe push it to like 2 weeks?
No, I mean, I'll play him to like 8%. It depends on how fast it regenerates and how fast. Like, if it regenerates 2% when you put him in physio, there's no point in putting him in physio at 9.5%. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Play them down to 8% and then put him in physio. But like, yeah, it depends on the rules. But I'm not playing cards that are going to be at 2% fitness. It's not happening.
Yeah, no, I don't. Unless it goes down like incredibly quick, I don't really see myself ever getting him to the point where I'm like, oh, I need to keep putting money into this physio boost to just get my fitness back up. I really don't want to get it to that point. I would be very upset if we got to that point.
One thing that I didn't think of, sometimes I'll throw lineups in that I know have no chance, but it's like I'm going to get an extra, like, this lineup's going to score like 100 points, so they're going to get a little bit more boost than if I just left them completely out of the
coin farming. Yeah,
coin farming. That actually makes this, like, this actually dissuades that a little bit, because now you're actually costing yourself something by throwing.
So you think that's why they did it then? Because then
I don't know if that's why they did it, but
coins,
that's an
means you would have to
unintended
grind
consequence.
longer.
I think that's an unintended consequence.
Ooh, Sorare, you sneaky dogs. Just like I love a lot of my favorite comments on Twitter when they released the hat thing. They were like, "Oh, nice of Twitter to release a hat for 15,000 coins to drain everybody before coins become super important to the game." And I'm just like, "Yeah, that's me. Let's go.
Got me."
And I'll do it again too.
But it's a hat. Can I have another one?
Another one. Oh,
DJ. No, you can't say that. He's from Miami. He's taking pictures with Messi. You can't be a DJ Khaled fan.
Yeah, so is LeBron James. Gotta sell my limited card. Another thing quick that they announced real quick. Cards are going 3D.
Love it.
So rare cards will be 3D. That's awesome. They're gonna have a front and the back.
Very cool.
That's sick. Do you think that is going to make, and this is just like pure speculation, but do you think if these cards are like super cool, are they gonna make old cards just like completely worthless?
No.
Or you think
not
like,
at all.
Still like first card mentality
cool,
kind of vibe?
Yeah. No, the super cool cards are going to bring in different types of people that aren't necessarily like super analytical and want to play the game and want to grind out percentages and all that stuff. They're going to be like, oh, that looks cool. I'm going to buy that. Like, there's a huge market for that kind of thing, like with just normal sports cards. So I think that kind of appeals to a different set of buyers, which I think is good. But it definitely doesn't make older cards worth less. If anything, it makes them worth more because it brings in more people that are more collectible focused, and the older cards are more collectible because there's less of them. So, yeah, I think it's good overall.
Yeah, I think it's cool. The card designs are sick. The NBA rare draft edition cards.
Yeah, those were really cool.
Super cool.
So I can't wait to see some special editions and stuff.
That's one thing that I hope. It's like now that it feels like Sorare is just trying to like settle a little bit more and just like really just like stabilize. I feel that they'll do a little bit more like special edition here, special edition there. Different kinds of like parallels almost. But also don't overdo it. Like don't go like too crazy, but also give us a little bit more, you know.
Can we get special edition OG manager cards? Like you and me, like we get our own card printed if we have the OG badge.
Ooh, that'd be cool. You pay like X amount of coins and they like print you out.
Oh yeah. Drain my coins, baby. I want that. I want that
there
unique
it is. Longevity, baby.
Drain my coins. Take my money. Take my money. So rare.
If you follow
Yeah,
some
I think that'd be
Sorare
cool.
users that went out to the MLS All-Star game, they got those cool little Sorare cutout cards signed by some players. Give me some of that with my
That'd be sick.
manager stats on there for 50,000
Oh,
Sorare
no,
coins.
don't put my stats on there, please. Please keep my stats private.
Put
Keep
your
the
put your
little
lineup win percentage.
yeah.
Throw
No,
that nice single digit number up there.
no, yeah.
Oh
All
yeah.
time worst manager in history. Special edition.
These two right here, baby, on this show. So here in the stage, shout it out. What's up? Yeah. Other than that was the major things. A lot of people are upset. A lot of people are like, whatever we roll. I think
Yeah,
these
I
things
think
are
at this point
important.
we don't care, right? We just like the game. Do what you want.
Yeah, I feel like at this point we're already in it, and we're
Yeah.
just here for a good time, not a long time. Well, hopefully for a good time and a long time. Actually, scratch that.
It's kind of wild. It's been 2.5 years I've been playing this game.
Dude, that's wild.
That's insane. Like I cannot remember a time before Sorare.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird when you're involved day to day. The time flies when you're having fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But this is
sure.
good. The way that I see this is when stuff like this happens, it's a nice little shakeout. It's a nice little shakeout of the market. The people that didn't really care, we're just going to be here and FUD and complain the whole time. They're gone. It's room for more people to come in that really truly love the game and want to help push it forward. Just like anything else. And the same thing with the market. The market's down. You know what? Should be buying. When Messi was going to go to Saudi and that limited card dropped to $80, you should have been buying. Now it's at like almost 300, and all of a sudden you're like, dang, you should have bought that.
Wait till we get an actual real economy where people have money to spend. This game is gonna get ridiculous. Then we're all gonna be like, why didn't we put more money in now? You know, oh my
that is the
god,
dream.
limited Mbappe for $500. Like, oh my god,
That's
like
the dream.
$50,000 now.
Listen, at the end of the day, I think that's the goal that we're all striving for. Whether we get there or not, we do not know. But we love this game. It's fun. We love talking to people. We love hanging out. Drop down in the comments below what you like, what you don't like. Comment what your plans are. Do you have a strategy for the new update? Do you have an idea what you're going to do? Are you complaining? Did you sell out? Are you not happy? Let us know.